listening to High Minds, the podcast where we elevate the conversation on culture, sports, politics, and entertainment. Stay tuned for a higher perspective at the intersection of everything.
What's going on?
What's happening?
If it weren't for me, you wouldn't have even gotten onto this podcast. If it weren't for me, you wouldn't have been elected.
Oh gosh.
The Earth is it's tilted on its axis. This is a wild timeline, and it's a bad script. It's a B script.
it was so. The crazy thing is, like, it's not surprising this happened. Like, you just knew this at some point was coming. What's up?
What's up, December?
I just didn't think it was gonna happen like this soon. Like, this is wild.
Oh, really? I did. I kind of thought in the first 6 months for sure that these motherfuckers would not.
Oh, I thought they were gonna have some issues at around the 6-month mark, and then the crash would come towards the year. Like, this has only been like what?
What's it, June? So it's 5 months.
Yeah,
100 some months. But okay, so is it so crazy that it's like it almost seems staged, right? This seems like, I mean, I don't think it is, but that little thing in the back of my mind is like, this guy is a wrestling bad guy. Like, this does seem like WWE, some shit WWE would, and even Linda McMahon's there.
Yeah, but this is egos. This is just big old fat heads. This is big old fat heads, and there was too many fat heads in the office, and like it was like kaboom. And now I'm just like, I couldn't believe it. I'm just like watching these like tweets and stuff, and I'm like at first I thought like this is fake. Like, this is like, I thought someone was doing some fake, putting out a fake Photoshop like thing, and I'm like, no, and then like it went back and forth, and like it went from now it's like he wants to deport Elon, and like Elon wants him impeached, and all his contracts are going to be canceled, and he's decommissioning Starlink and all that. It's like, I'm taking my toys and going home.
I'm going home.
Taking the ball, like Elon's trying to take the balls, all the balls from the court.
Have you seen the memes that are like Tesla owners now worried that they're going to get their cars keyed by liberals and MAGA?
Yeah. Another funny one I saw was like, what was it? This is like Kendrick versus Drake, but they're both Drake.
I know. I saw that was a good one. I saw this one too. I sent this to my friend.
There was another good one too.
This one is.
I found another one.
I gotta pause it. So Elon goes, kill the bill, and Trump goes, Elon has TDS. So Elon goes, I'm the reason Trump won. So Trump goes, we waste billions on Elon. So Elon goes, Epstein, and a flunky goes, deport, and Elon goes, impeach. And that's why women are too emotional to be president.
One of the best ones I saw was, this Elon and Trump breakup is the gayest thing in Pride Month so far.
I know. I was like, this is the messiest break I've ever seen.
I was like, oh my god, I don't know. I mean, it's funny and sad. It's like you laugh, but then it's like you think about it, it's like, this isn't fake though. This is real.
Not fake. It is real. You're watching this going, okay, I know this. I know these reality shows are scripted, so it's like when you watch Dance Moms, you're like, this is real. Like, this is real. Like, it's just.
Yeah, and I gotta talk about this because this is just wild. Like, this is wild. We've been through some wild shit the last few years.
Did you see like that Kash Patel guy? He's the director of the FBI, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
and he was on Joe Rogan's podcast.
I just saw it.
I was like, oh my god!
And it's hilarious because they both are just like, stop! Like, everyone's saying, like, even the Fox News people are like, it's like, stop!
Even Ye was like, guys, bro, stop! When like Ye comes in as the voice of reason, you're like, Jesus.
That's why I don't think this is fake. I think it was just brewing. It was just brewing. So this is
it's a brouhaha. This is the big beautiful breakup. Yeah, Triple B.
And I'm like, with my popcorn, just like,
that Jon Stewart meme.
Oh, I've been on Instagram, just keep scrolling, all like watching all these
It
people
is.
just.
I was telling Lindsay, I was like, my feed is exactly like when Kendrick and Drake popped off. It's like every clip is just like
the internet's blowing up. Like you just go to like these like the little posts and just go to the comments and read. People don't know what to do. You got like some people.
It broke
like MAGA's like going, what do we do? Like you got some going, guys, stop it. And the other does
That's
go.
Why they're doing that. They're like
we always do it, you fucking electric hippies. Like like you're always one of them. Like they're like fighting. Like it's wild. It's like the whole like. Oh,
yeah.
It's just, they don't know what to do. Everyone's panicking.
Yeah, everyone from like a wrestling crew in a Royal Rumble at the same time, just placed in the thing, and they don't. We're just fighting.
Yeah,
I post.
They turn at each other like a punch, like
fuck
it.
Hit him with a chair. I posted that like you're gonna get people though. We're gonna be gaslit by MAGA people. There's gonna be some people who are like, "Oh, I never really liked Trump. I'm Team Elon or whatever," and they're gonna try to do that whole thing like, "Oh, I never really liked them." Try to weasel their way out of it, and it's like Elon's still the same dude. He's just a narcissist, right? Like there's still
changed with that.
Nothing. MAGA is gonna transcend Trump. This shit's not gonna go away when we all die, as they say. When Trump, he's old.
MAGA will turn on Trump.
Yeah, 100%.
MAGA will turn on Trump at the end, and it'll be some new, being they worship. Mm-hmm. So it's they will turn on Trump. So MAGA.
They already opened Pandora's box. Yeah.
Yeah, MAGA's turn is bigger than Trump now. Like,
hell yeah.
Trump is just they use them. They're crazy ass fucking people, but so this is just they used Elon for the money and get elected. It's like everyone uses everyone. That's all they do is use each other until they don't need them anymore. Then poof.
It's a tale of those all the time. They actually, we have evidence of like even like Maya and Aztecs, ancient civilizations. The emperor, the king, would know that they would be an eventual sacrifice. They would literally become sacrificed, and so we've always done this. Like, I mean, Trump is insane and evil, but like, yeah, he will become the sacrificial victim to carry on Trumpism.
Yeah.
December agrees with you. MAGA will absolutely turn on Trump. They're already turning. Did y'all see the Veterans March on Washington today? I guarantee you 85% of those folks voted for Trump. No, I didn't, but I'm gonna have to look it up.
Crazy. So it's this is just wild. It's just
but that's where a part of me is like, and I don't think it's staged, but a part of me is like, I've thought this for a while, like it's almost like the leadership is so bad, even for their own people. Like, oh, we were betrayed by Trump. And I'm like, no, the fuck you weren't. We knew this is who he was the whole time. It's almost like he's trying to just make us all go crazy so he can just clamp down on us. Or not he, I said the administration. I think he's Delulu. I think he's severely demented and he doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
No, I don't think he'll make it 4 years, and not because he's going to get impeached. I don't think he's you can see him declining quick.
Bad.
Like,
really bad.
Like it's getting bad now. Like he just sits there and it's like, he's like, they pump him up with something before they go, like give him a shit ton of like vitamin or some shit they're injecting him with just to like let him to like sit there, and like he's just like out when he's up there talking. He's just.
Do you see him almost walk into that pillar? He almost walked into that pillar for
like,
no reason.
This guy's like, he's like right there. He's right there, and like they're just keep injecting him with shit, keep saying more crazy shit. It's probably Vance doing all this shit because he knows he's next. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be president. He's like,
I saw some about how Vance is like his two dads are fighting on Pride Month.
Watch and then Elon will be back because Elon will probably end up buddying up with Vance. Watch, he'll get buddy with him. That's the next step.
Elon will go to 2028.
Yeah. No, he'll just buddy because he knows Trump's going to be out soon, and then that's Elon's way back into politically.
All right, you're a betting man, kind of sometimes. What would be the over under on how far Trump makes it into a presidency before he's incapacitated in some way, like mentally or whatever?
Before he's just gone, like it doesn't matter. Like
amendment, whatever it is, 14. Is it the 14th Amendment where the president?
You know what's crazy? There's a comedian. There's a comedian that has like a pool. Side note, sorry, of like it's called a celebrity death pool, and like you place bets on people. It's crazy. Nice. It's an actual thing.
That's dark.
And like there's odds of like it's crazy. But anyways, back to Donald Trump. I guarantee he's on there. You can probably Google it, look it up. It's probably a website or something.
Gotta be. The odds can't pay that well.
No. But I think he's gone before. I think
the end of 2025, the end of 2026, sometime in 2026.
I think the end of 2025. I don't think he makes it to 2026.
Oh, really? That's only a couple months, bro.
No, it's 2025. Wait, what are we? We're in 2025 now. No, he won't make it to 2027. Sorry, 2027.
Oh, okay. So he'll make it sometime in.
He'll make it sometime next year. Sometime next year. I think for some reason. I don't know if any. I don't know what it'll be, but I think it's getting to that point. He's running out of people. He's running out. There's his like people keep bailing on him. People keep bailing.
Well, just watch the way he look at his old clips from like 2015 and 16. It's a lot different.
The next
he's been reduced. He's been reduced to like the just he has the same sentences over and over.
Well, he's running out of billionaires. So
Thiel, that's the next one.
I can see him and Musk colluding.
Thiel's a scary motherfucker.
Him and Musk colluding and trying to overthrow everything. And like I said, going through like a JD Vance. Because Vance don't give a shit about Trump. He called him American fucking Hitler a few months ago. And then all of it. So it's like he doesn't care. He knows exactly why he took that position, because he knows Trump's not going to make it through, and then he's going to be the president. Hey, look what I am now. Yeah.
Mr. Guyliner himself.
Look at me. Like, hey, everybody. Remember me?
President.
Like, remember shit from him. But
President Vance would be wild.
But I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be crazy.
Did you see that clip of him when he was like in the donut shop trying to schmooze with people? He's so fucking awkward.
Yeah, the girl that was serving donuts was like just like looking at him like, please leave. Please, this is just awkward. Everyone's just like, oh God. Yeah. But I just can't believe like this is just on social media though. Like they're having like social media wars, like high school kids.
That's
like
what
they're literally
that's why
tweeting at each other.
Are people really like this?
They are. That's what they do all day. Him and Trump, they just post all day.
All day and night.
Yeah. That's why I said Trump's like he's gonna. This social media is eating his life away. He's on there all night. He's reading this stuff, just stewing, and then the people he's hearing in his ears telling him one thing, he's reading stuff on what people are saying. So it's like it's just hitting him into a whirlwind. Like this is like you're watching this guy. Like we're literally watching like elderly abuse. Like this man's like going crazy, and we're watching it, and people are just like, "Oh, it's funny." And they dance with him. It's like, it's like, dude, it's wild.
It's weird. It's like Handmaid's Tale meets Idiocracy meets I don't even know what.
I mean, the same thing with Joe Biden. The same dang thing. The guy just like, come on, like.
There's got to be a cap. There's got to be a cap. If you got to be 35, you can't be over something. Right?
Yeah,
we can agree on that. You got to be 35. I'd rather have a 34-year-old than a 79-year-old president.
Yeah. How does a 79-year-old person relate to anyone in their 40s and their 50s? Even people in their 50s. You can't even relate to people in their 50s. So it's like, how do you have someone like, this is how it should be?
Right. They don't even know how the internet works. This dude sees bad Photoshop with like Arial type font and he thinks it's real because it was on the internet.
He probably think that video I sent you before this podcast was real with those Sasquatch.
Yeah,
like, I saw the Sasquatches. I saw the
Squatch. I got the proof post.
It was a big squatch. It made me giggle. It is. It's wild.
There's a Ronnie Chang bit where he's doing stand up and he's like, well, how can you know it's real? His mom was probably older. It's like, I don't know how to explain to you that I know that it's fake. There's a disconnect there. And like, I don't know how to impart that knowledge onto you. Like, if you don't understand the internet or bad Photoshop, I don't know how to tell you how, like, the lighting, the shading, like, it's obvious that motherfucker is not real. The letters are floating over I don't know how to tell. I don't know how to impart that knowledge to you.
They're not. They're letters. They don't form to the body. They don't form to the skin. Not when you tattoo on a rounded object. They're they're not going to be totally just like it's.
But if you're having to explain that, we've already lost the plot, right? Like you and I could both look at that and be like, we don't need to explain to each other why that's fake, right?
Yeah. Okay. So talking about this, exactly what we're talking about. There is this account on Instagram, and it's this guy and I believe it's his wife, and they're left liberal people, and his parents are MAGA. It was his mom and dad, and he asked them questions, and it's on video, and it is so frustrating to see someone is just his dad is like, you want to like punch an old man in the face. It's sorry, I'm not elderly, but you watch these videos and it's like he's a child with things like just saying things like out of just ha 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 ha. But then it's like he'll say things that are like horrible, like, oh, dude, this guy's said the N-word quite a few times in his life.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like that kind of vibe with stuff. Like he doesn't give a shit about like people. He doesn't give a fuck about anyone. Like, and you can tell it's a cult. Like he's a cult member just by how he talks and speaks. And it's so frustrating to watch this. And
well, that's the depressing part, is because I've talked to on Heretic Happy Hour, we've talked to a lot of people who are like cult experts, like psychologists, and it's like when you think about it, it gets super depressing because people don't just leave cults. Like you're not gonna talk them out of it. You're not gonna walk them through some rational exercise where they realize they're in a cult.
It's very rare when someone gets out of a cult.
It is
like, and this is like, and you can see his mom. Depressing. His mom, you can tell there's a person in there. There's a person inside of her somewhere. You can tell.
Yeah,
because.
Somewhere.
She
see the wheels turning a little bit.
Well, you see her answer sometimes, but then when she answers, she always looks at her husband like, like, oh, like if she says the wrong thing, or if he says the wrong thing, he's probably gonna yell at her after. Like, but it's like that. Like you can tell she's, you know what I mean? Like she has to say what she's saying. Yeah, but you can just tell by how she says things in her voice, her tone, her, and then there is some ignorance with them, but. You can tell there's a human being inside of her. The dad, that guy's dead. He's dead inside. He's like, there's no hope for that guy. Like, there's no hope for him. He's gonna be a Trump lover. Even when MAGA turns on him, he's still gonna stick with Trump until MAGA's crazy. Like he's that guy. He's in love. They're in love with him.
Well, that's the depressing question. Is you say, okay, so what is the line, right? Like, so we all do this, right? We all have we all play a bit of a hypocritical game, right? We judge in America, especially. We like kind of we see our politicians a bit like celebrities, and but we realize they're all flawed, right? At the same time, and so most of us will say, okay, well, no one's gonna be perfect, so I'm gonna do the best I can with, I held them to some kind of standard, and I justify the things I turn away from, like the shit in Gaza is horrifying, and the Biden administration really fucked it up. Like that's a pretty bad moral line to cross. But when it comes to MAGA, what is that line? Like if he killed someone in front of you, if he killed your family in front of you, like if he did something, like what is that line? And I don't know if we know with a lot of MAGA people. Like it could literally be like, could he kill a family member of yours in front of you? Would that get you out of the cult mindset? Like I don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
For some of them, people are obviously are not approving of what he's doing, but a lot of it is also like it's because it's finally affecting them. Maybe.
Yeah. Things are finally starting to hit home. You're starting to have people lose their jobs,
right?
Steel mills, because now you have tariffs on steel, aluminum, all these things. So you're having these major companies laying off people.
Yeah.
You're having, what they say, 8,000 jobs lost last month, in manufacturing jobs. That's just manufacturing, like 8,000 manufacturing jobs lost. That's like steel mills. That's, things like this. and those are those people's. That's where those people work. You know, those are those people that work in this manufacturing. Yeah. So there's finally, it's like now I think you're starting to see this shift, and I think this with this Elon thing is that's why you have both sides with the Elon now, is because it finally did hit their pocketbook a little bit, and now they're like kind of going, well, fuck. Now but now Elon's talking. Well, he's still kind of on our side, but he's you know what I mean. They still feel like they're MAGA, but now it's like a different. Now this is just going to be a different branch of MAGA,
dark MAGA.
But he wants to start, like he's talking about starting. You know, he wants to do a third party thing, and I'm not opposed to that. I think there should be way more, and it shouldn't just be one person. I don't think that there should just be one dude that just says, "Hey, this is whatever." You know, I think that's just old and done. You know, I don't think there should be one person. There should be multiple. But this two-party thing just sucks balls. It's just, you know, we get stuck like what we have the last how many years. You know, when was the last actual president, like real president? You know, that's always people will, you know, scream and yell, but
they're all bought. I mean, they're all bought. Democrats are just corporate Democrats. They're all corporatists.
And that's like you said, you know, with the Biden doing with stuff in, you know, Gaza. Yeah, because none of them doesn't matter in politics. That's that line. None of them are going to cross. So it's like it doesn't.
Well, like, it does. I think it does matter. I think a lot of people did protest vote Biden. They did not vote for Biden, even though they're progressive, liberal, centrist, moderate, blue dog Democrat, whatever.
And then you know, they thought that someone else was going to do something, but instead he decided to build luxury resorts, and it's wild. That's one of those. It's crazy. That's what I'm saying. It's like they protested that, but it's like because they both were probably going to do the same fucking thing. Trump's just trying to do profit off it. Yeah. He's literally trying to, you know, with his business. That's the only, I think, step beyond what he's doing is like he's doing it for personal business,
which I don't even think he's going to do anything. Like
no. This guy's not going to. No, I mean, well, look at him in what Qatar. He's building a luxury resort and golf course and hotels. They've given him all these tax breaks and all this stuff to build all this shit there. And I think he's investing heavily his family in Dubai. And like, isn't it weird? The guy that's trying to bring manufacturing and jobs back is investing all his money and riches into other countries.
And this is the frustrating part. You could point it all out to the people in the cult, and you could be like,
wild.
You could point all of it out, and it does not matter. And the sad thing is like you realize that a lot of people do lack empathy. Like the question is like, oh, how has it affected your life? And I'm like, well, my life, I'm not just concerned with my life. Like it affects people who other people who aren't like me. A lot of people. So fuck how I feel. Like I don't just, when I vote or when I support something, it's not just, oh, how's this going to affect my pocketbook? How's this going to affect me? How's this going to affect me, my personal? I mean, obviously that weighs into it, but I got to think about other people who aren't like me, who aren't as privileged as me. I'm a straight passing white like dude. Like I am a privileged guy in America. I'm not black. I'm not a woman. I'm not trans. I'm not like gay where I can be persecuted for that because I'm straight passing and married to a woman. I can't just think about myself with my politics. Like I just can't. That's narcissistic.
It's wild. No, I see it. We see it when people losing their insurance, losing their stuff. It's like that's people not getting healthcare. Like
I know,
like people that really, really need it. Like really need it. Like this is some of these kids like last chance, like for some of these parents before their kids, you know, have to be shipped off or something because it's like sorry, you know, you're gonna lose your insurance.
Like,
you're gonna lose your insurance, and it's like, how do you like? That's what you're just like. That's what pisses me off now. Seeing it that way is like you're seeing patients and stuff. Like you have to like you're building these relationships, and you're seeing progress with these kids, and then something like this.
Oh, and your work, your line of work,
it's just gonna like just boom. Sorry, kid.
Done.
You know, as how many insurance companies sponsor how many stadiums, how many celebrities do they pay tens of millions of dollars a year, and these kids can't now get a therapy that they've been needing and that's been helping them. Well, sorry, because we need to have profits up, and
universal health care.
We need to hire Tom Brady next year for commercials. So. Sorry, kid.
Universal health care is so complicated that every developed country has figured it out but us.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
we're literally like we're like a second world country, like almost. We have 1 foot in the third. Like we're like.
Well, that's what other countries say. They give warnings about going to America. Like
we think we're the greatest country.
We're really not. We're not.
We think we're the greatest country in the world, and it's like we're not. We're not. We're not. And that's, you know, it's like whatever. We're not. And it's not saying fuck the United. No, it's just we're just not. There's so many other things that we like, and it's getting worse, but we're slipping. And it's like we're not even the freest country in the world. We're like number 58 in the world or something like that. And the freest. It's like
they're in Texas. They're saying, oh, you can't have THC. You can't have gummies. You see that whole thing where he was like, one of the state, whatever, was like, had a bag of gummies. Like, oh, what are you gonna try this? I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I fucking try.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just that's mind boggling to me. It makes me laugh about Joe Rogan. He moved away from California to become free, and then
I wonder what are they gonna do with that? Now he sees his you know, his
he'll get
buddies,
it.
His buddies fighting. So now which side he's gonna pick? Who are you gonna pick, Joe? You know, him and Elon are buddy. Him and Donnie.
Well, okay, so I got an idea.
Now THC is illegal in Texas.
I got an idea. They wanted to make it. They wanted to make a reality show about becoming a citizen in America. I think we should have a reality show where Musk and Trump step in the ring in the cage. They got Dana White. They on their side. They got Joe Rogan can announce it. All the bros will be there, and fucking Musk and Trump. Let's go.
I'm sure they can find someone in Saudi Arabia to sponsor the event.
Sponsor that shit. This is Alpha Men, right? Alpha Men. I mean, Donald Trump 6'3", 225 with 4.8% body fat. So
yeah. And then Musk comes out with his chainsaw, down to the ring. It could be a whole
it could be a whole thing.
And you know,
everyone would watch. I mean, admit it. I'd pay $100 to watch it. If it's pay-per-view.
This is what's going to set it off and make it just explode, because this is what's going to happen in real life, and this is going to be it. So they're going to be fighting, and then who's going to come running down to the ring and save old dementia Donnie? Mark the Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg's going to come in.
He's the next Elon. Watch. Zuckerberg's going to weasel on in. Watch. I guarantee all these guys. They want to be in the spotlight.
They do.
They want to be like they were the nerds growing up forever. Then they acquired
these are the cool
money.
Kids, though.
Yeah, they acquired money, but this is what happened. They acquired money, and money couldn't buy them coolness. They were just still awkward and weird. So then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, what can I do? I'm going to do jiu-jitsu. Look at this big man, rush thing. I'm doing jiu-jitsu. UFC is blowing up. They're all do jiu-jitsu. All these guys do jiu-jitsu, and then they start hanging around.
Ironic.
At UFC, they all start hanging around these bros. They're like 5'1", 5'2", 140 pounds, and they're and like you're only there because you bought your seat, not literally, but like because of you, how many billions of dollars. Dana White's on the board of like Facebook, or Meta. Like he's on the board of Meta now. Like that's what I'm saying.
Of course,
Zuckerberg is going to be the next Elon coming in. Watch, because Donald Trump's going to need more money.
Or Bezos. Yeah, Bezos.
I think Bezos is smart enough to he's smart enough to hang around the edges. He's still a creepy dude, but he's not going to he doesn't need the shine like Zuckerberg and Elon do. They like the spotlight. They like to be in the, they want to be the cool. They want to be on the Joe Rogan Experience, smoking weed and hanging out in UFCs. Bezos will go, but he doesn't do like spectacle stuff. I don't really see him very often. He's a businessman. He's like a businessman. Like everything a business. He's a businessman. He'll cut your throat. He'll do anything, but he's not like a Trump businessman. Like I'm just not going to pay. Like I'm sure he does shady, but I mean he's more where like Zuckerberg and those guys. They just want to be cool. They just want to be like, hey, I want the girls. I want the, like, look how Zuckerberg dresses. Look at him do you ever see the video of him at UFC? Dude, when he's trying to give high fives awkwardly.
It's so awkward, dude.
Because you don't belong there. You're not supposed to be there. He's like the Brendan Schaub of comedy. You are not supposed to be there. Stop. Just because Joe Rogan doesn't mean you're. Yeah, sorry. If you know, you know. But,
yeah, no, I got you.
but it's like that's like what Zuckerberg is now. Like, Elon was that. Elon got Joe Rogan's, got all, smoked weed the first time, got all popular, loved that shine, loved the bro shine, loved it. Everywhere he's going, what up, bro?
Yeah.
Like he was in with the guys that would shit on him years ago.
Mhm.
Now all of a sudden you're a cool, you made a fucking flame gun. Like, it was like your cars go how fast? It's like, he made a car that doesn't make a sound. And that's what bros hate. They want to be loud, they want to be big, they want to be. So what he did is, I'm going to make the fastest no sound car. Then at least I have that.
Mhm.
My car goes 0 to 60 in 1.3 seconds.
What happened though? Because Teslas are a decent car generally, right? Or were?
No, so Tesla is it's the technology stuff. The Tesla's fine. It's just they're all made to look the same. They all look the same because they're made cheap. They're made cheaply. They're put together cheaply. When you get them, you have to watch the lines and stuff. They don't have quality control to save money. That's why everything is the same. Everything's interchangeable a lot of the time. Like, it's to make everything as cheap as possible so they can sell them as cheap as possible. Yeah, I mean, they're a fun electric car. I've driven one.
I was muted for a second. The Cybertruck is like glued. The pieces are glued on, right?
Now the Cyber. See, this is the difference, though. So with Tesla is like the Cybertruck. I think is the first vehicle Elon Musk created and did. All the other Teslas, I think, were from his other. They were already in the motion of other design. People that make cars and stuff. Where the Tesla truck, I think, was Elon's.
That's Elon's baby.
There's so many Tesla trucks here. Just picking up.
My favorite video ever is that guy doing the finger thing, and then his finger gets smashed in the trunk. It's so funny to me. Yeah. I love that so much.
They're literally everywhere here. I don't know if Las Vegas for some reason has all of them, but they are here, and because it's a lot of old white dudes, because it's a lot of old money out here that are retired.
Mm-hmm.
But you get behind them, they look so cheap. The taillights look like they're they're this big, little square, and it looks like you can go to the side of it and just peel it.
Yeah, I think I've watched people do it.
You can't.
I saw a meme that said it looks like PS2 graphics.
yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. It really does.
It does, like those square ass shoulders on people. It's like PS2 shit. GTA, one of those GTA Vice City.
Yeah, it almost looks like you go back to that Spy Hunter game. That's even that where it's all square and blocky. That's what it looks like.
I love that game though. Spy Hunter was sick.
But yeah, and it's like they're glued on. It's just a bad vehicle. This is what sucks. So this is the other dilemma now you have a bunch of MAGA people that bought Teslas.
Mm-hmm.
We're supporting Elon. We're going to buy all these Teslas. They bought all these Teslas.
Good for them.
Now half of them are going, well, fuck, what do I do?
I saw Trump was going to give his back or sell it or something or get rid of it.
So this is the crazy thing. So now you have them but now they bought them. The value of them has just plummeted. Nobody wants them. So now they're either going to be under on this vehicle, can't get rid of it, or sell it for a crazy loss.
Yeah.
Tesla won't even take the Cybertruck back in on a trade. Like, if you go back to Teslas, no,
they won't take their own fucking truck on a trade.
They won't take their own truck back on a trade. They have so many Cybertrucks sitting. It's like, it's just why do you think Elon bailed? Why do you think
that's why he went? That's why he went new. Yeah, he's making a. At this point, it seems like maybe he's making a business decision. I got to just go nuclear and get the fuck out.
Because the longer there's not enough money in politics for him. There's a shit ton of money in politics, but for Elon Musk, there's not. He went from the richest man in the world and lost how many hundreds of billions of dollars. Yeah, he's lost so much money. No, he's gonna be. But that's what I'm saying. So why am I going to go into politics to make a few $100 million when I can do what I'm doing and make a few?
He just wanted to get the agencies that were investigating him off his fucking back.
Yeah,
let's be real.
No, it was just a power trip. It was a power trip. Drugs,
and he was high as fuck. Yeah, he's fucking high as fuck.
Yeah, and doing whatever the hell he wants.
Cocktail, dude. I don't even know. I didn't know that. Lindsay reminded me that Matthew Perry. We got to take a break real quick, but Matthew Perry died of ketamine, right?
Yeah.
And this guy's doing Adderall, shrooms, ketamine, and what else was it? I
don't know. I didn't see the report.
It wasn't Ritalin. It was Adderall. ketamine, and shrooms, and ecstasy, MDMA.
Damn. He's on Molly. No wonder he was all
feeling himself.
Lovey, happy, and yeah.
Eyes rolling back, he's swaying and shit.
Yeah, I don't know what ketamine does. I don't know what that does to you.
It's some sort of euphoria. It's used in hospital settings.
Let's find out after the break.
Yeah, let's do that.
We'll research ketamine. Yeah, I've had the opportunity to try it.
Speaking of drugs, we'll be right back.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh man. Wild times, man. Wild fucking times.
Woo!
I saw also that Gavin Newsom said that like if California is not going to get federal funding, California is not going to pay their tax bill, or they're not going to help do their. I think a lot of red states are subsidized by California's economy for sure.
Okay. I heard your guys' gas is going up 65 cents a gallon July 1st.
Oh yeah, why?
Some tax.
What did we do?
I don't know.
We can get taxed all the fucking this whole system's fucking stupid, man.
Yeah.
I swear to God, we could sit here and not tax. Billionaires can do every tax loophole in the goddamn book, and we got to get taxed just to drive to fucking work. Fucking assholes.
It's crazy. I mean, that's on all of them. They don't give. That's the one thing they don't care. They just pass it on to all of us.
Yeah, that's why they all are alike in that way. Mm-hmm. And it just pisses me off. Like America, enough Americans thought like, oh, because Donald Trump, what he said is not. He lies all the time, but there's truth behind some things he said. Like,
well, that's where it gets
the
power.
idea that politics is a swamp. Yeah, of course it is. Like that's
he's
to sit here and think that he's the solution is it's madness.
That's the part. That's the part. Like
that's the part.
The whole politics are it is, and they all say
they're all full of shit.
That's why when they always say they're going to do one thing, when they get in, it's a variation of what they said, or they won't do it at all.
Yeah,
it's like rarely does anybody go in and do what they say they're going to do. No. And if they do, people get pissed because why aren't you you're not bending or you're not doing. It's like, well, because he's doing what he says he's going to do, and so then they're outed quick. But if you don't play ball, you're not going to be heard. That's why. Mm-hmm. It's like
so it is a swamp in that way. It is swamp
because you have people that are 79, 80 years old that have been there since they were in their fucking 20s as a intern or running. Like they know from the very beginning how everything works. They know every secret. They know and that's why until those people disappear. That's it.
Yeah.
It's realistically after this is what we should do. After this, every single seat should just be vacated and we should just like start from zero, reset. We're resetting everything, and then there'd be new rules. You can't be over 65 or 70.
How about a new constitution? That's what we should do on the next episode. We're gonna come up with a new. We can do it right now. New constitution.
It's like
I like the first one, the freedom of press, freedom of religion. I would add freedom from religion also. The second one needs a lot of reworking. I mean, the well-regulated militia thing.
So
I've always laughed about that one. I was like, who the fuck? To the people who love the Second Amendment, who the fuck in the Second Amendment do you think regulates it well? It's the fucking government, you dipshits.
and honestly, what are you gonna do? They got fucking jets. They got like they can just
Neil
push
Brennan
them.
bit.
Yeah, yeah. He doesn't. This
I'm
is
here
probably
with
one of the best
Steph
ones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
his
he's
is
like,
good.
oh yeah, we see him like, okay, you sure?
Sure, we're
Click,
starting.
click. Yeah. Like, dink, just pushes a button. Like, whoop. Yeah. But yeah, it's like, so like, and I'm like, see, this is me. Like, I'm not one of those where like I don't guns are not like we're crazy. We have to be realistic. There are so many guns that we will never be able to get rid of, and that's just not going to happen.
For sure,
there are way more guns than people. So
there are probably.
So what we need to do is stop make. I mean, I know, I get it. You want a fucking machine gun, but you know what? No, you don't need a machine gun. I'm sorry. It's just
you need a different argument than the Second Amendment, because you cannot say historically that when you shoved a ball in a tube and shot one ball, not a bullet, a ball. Bullets aren't even invented yet. That's so if you want to argue for machine guns, that's fine. I get to argue for bazookas then too, because that's also just as irrelevant as the Second Amendment when it was written.
Now, do I think those things shouldn't exist? No. I think you should be able to go somewhere and shoot these things? Okay, I can go with that. But do I think that John around the corner should be able to own a
20 AR-15s
on the back of his truck and like yeah, like it's like I want it. It's just that's to me. It's like, come on, like really, like I get it. It's my I don't know, like.
Yeah,
that part of just like why?
Yeah, at least like why? Like it's just it's weird when you talk out of both. So on the one hand, we can have a gun like that. On the other hand, why we can't pay for sex, like prostitution? We can't smoke weed in some states. We can't gamble.
I can't smoke a plant.
You can't smoke a plant, but I can go get an entire Costco-sized bottle of whiskey and die tonight if I chose to, right? Like
you can go get a bottle of whiskey, drink it, drive around with your gun, go off and just talk shit to people, and have someone take a swing at you and decide to just fucking shoot the motherfucker and say self-defense. And that's all right.
You can do all that.
But when I go to my backyard and smoke a joint in the wrong state, bro, you're gone. While the neighbor's out in the backyard fucking drunk off his ass, shooting fucking like anything that's flying in the air, and it's because it's on his property. And I'm out there just smoking a joint, listening to some music, listening to fucking Dead. And I'm on my back like, motherfucker, you son of a bitch. This guy's out there like fucking Yosemite,
Kid Rock
fucking
shooting his fucking Coors Light 24 pack or whatever.
Yeah, but I'm like, oh,
okay, all right.
I'm dating, but it's that. I mean, that's reality. Go do that. You can do that in Tennessee.
Yeah. Okay, so we got to rework the Second Amendment. I think we got to.
I'm just not the gun part. I'm not the one with the gun stuff. I don't know. It's hard. It's so hard. That's a slippery slope with a lot of things.
Yeah, but other countries figured out like what is it? Switzerland. They have like a shooting culture. They have a gun culture, but it's not like we have an obsession, like we have relationships with guns in America that you don't know. You could be okay with guns, but not have this kind of toxic relationship with them.
Yeah, like Switzerland walks around with their guns like folded over their shoulder. You know how like, hey,
how you guys doing? Like, how you doing?
We walk in the fucking room just. What's up, motherfuckers? Oh, yeah. What now? Like that's us. That's what we do. They walk in like, oh, excuse me, sir, with my,
Well, you get the people. You get the people who strap their AR in a Starbucks.
And then the United States comes walking in the room, just blah 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 blah. Like like
we have a lot of guns here.
It's crazy, but that's who we are. That's what we are. But that's why people love us. On like other countries, they love that shit.
We look at all the way back to like the Wild West. We've been doing this shit forever.
Yeah, Wild West was even probably crazier. In a bar drinking, and you say some long shit to someone, they just shoot your ass. Oh, let's go outside and have a
shooters.
duel. Yeah, let's have a duel. Fuck you, I ain't having a duel.
We used to duel.
So this is where it was back in the day. They did settle things like with guns first. Really, it was like duels and shit. And then it was kind of like my like dad's era, because I remember him. He was in gangs and stuff in L.A. and he was a gang member. But they weren't like, he wasn't with guns. He didn't. They got in fights. Like they fought. Like he had bottle over his head, like fist fight. Like they would get brawls. Like that's how they would fight. Shootings would happen. But I mean, nothing like. And then from that kind of gang mentality, like he was the first like original lowrider stuff. Like that's what he did. But then it went back into guns. Then it went into like Bloods, Crips, and like like 90s gangster rap, and it went back to like shootings, drive-bys, and then there was that era again. It was weird. It's like how there was no guns like in that kind of, there was, but it wasn't as wasn't as
like
prevalent.
The
70s, yeah.
70s? Oh.
60s, 70s, 80s.
The 90s were violent. I tried to have this conversation with my mom, and just statistically, the 90s, I was like, she as you get older, like, well, that was better back then. You could play in the street. I'm like, I see kids playing in the street every day. What are you talking about? Back in the 90s, violent crime was super high. And until recently, it's declined since then almost every year.
90s was crazy.
90s was wild.
Yeah, and this was like when my dad was in that culture, that world was like 70s. It was, the 70s.
LA.
It was more brawls, like literally brawls. Like gang fights were like, it just wasn't a couple of people. It was like this, like you see in the movies, the musicals.
Like on Anchorman.
Like, I mean, kind of like for reals a little bit though, like a little bit like that. Yeah. It was like that. Might have had, he was in a gang in LA. They lived in Paramount, which is right next to Compton. And so like my dad was like, to get like real lowrider and stuff. Like he had the tattooed knuckles, and like that's what he did. He was a gangbanger for years, and that's how he got later into elevators, because he knew hydraulics from doing cars and stuff. So he knew how to get elevators and shit. But that era was like different than the 98. And then it started shifting. That's when like guns and shit started. More drive-bys would happen. And then shootings went crazy. But in that time, it was like they would fight. It would like they'd get in fist fights. They'd roll up 10, 15 guys, and other guys, 10, 15 guys.
You ever been in like a straight up fist fight?
No, not like no.
Like a just toe to toe fist fight, nothing like that.
No, I've been close. No, I haven't. I've been to the point where I've had people like say shit and like we've got like face to face, but nothing ever happened.
I've been beat up, but it wasn't really fair. It wasn't a fight. It was like I got beat up. In the city in San Jose. Yeah. I fought my stepbrother once. I didn't punch him. I threw him into a shed. He was he's an ass. He was a dick when we were younger.
I mean, I never no one's so far has never. I mean, like I said, I've been close.
Yeah. I tried to fight you one time in your driveway, but it didn't work out so well for me.
Yeah, that's usually what and this is why I don't want, like, I try to avoid it with like everything possible. I just try to avoid it.
Yeah, I don't want to fight.
Is because I don't, not so much now, but about 5 to 10 years younger, I would be afraid I would snap, like if something would happen, and like I would lose my shit. And if it was someone that didn't know what they're doing, I could easily kill somebody. With someone that doesn't know how to do it, like, and if I got pissed off enough and angry enough, like, and there was a time in my life where I had a lot of fucking anger. So now, no, but back then it would scare. So I would like literally like any confrontation. I just want to get the fuck out of here. I just don't even want to deal with it, because I would just and not say like, oh, I'm a bad mother. No, but I just, I know how to wrestle. I know, a little bit of, jiu-jitsu, enough that I know probably more than 80% of most people, which is all you have to do is do it for a year and you know more than 80% of people. But then you have the whole other level. But if that's what I'm saying, if I was able to like get a hold of someone that had no idea what the fuck they're doing, then it's like over. I can, as soon as I get a hold of you, just from wrestling forever and just this everything. And that's what scared me.
Freak strength. You have freak strength. I remember I remember when we would roll and do all this stuff. Like there were times I felt like you weren't even trying, and I would just try to move you. And it's not that because you were heavier than me. It's just like
I'm dense. I'm
you're
a dense motherfucker.
Like a neutron star.
I don't float. I do not float.
Throw you in the river, you just sink to the bottom?
Dude, no. My hot tub at home, when I'm in the hot tub, if I just sit there, I'll just, like in a pool, if I kind of sit there, I'll kind of just start going, slowly just start going down. Like I do not float. Landon's the same way, and I'm heavy. I am just dense. And every like doctor, like you said, you're just dense. Like I am not built to be. So in high school, my sophomore year, my senior year, I came out of football at 259. So I was 260 in football. In high school, I was in wrestling, I was about 240, 250. I had to get down to 212. But when I was at 250, I was 9% body fat. I was running miles. I was wrestling. I was
twice as much body fat as Donald Trump.
Yeah. I was benching. I was at 16 years old benching, 225 15 times, 250, 235, 3 times. Like I was just throwing up crazy weight. I was just strong, like just strong. And then I worked UPS for 25 years, just throwing boxes all day, boxes all day. So just strength. My hand strength was crazy. And that's just from repetition doing what I did, moving 4,000 to 6,000 pounds a day. It's just you're kind of doing those strength workouts all day. And so I was just like strong. But now it's like everything's wearing out because all that shit just wears out over time, like just like belts and parts.
We're like old cars. We're vintage, baby.
Yeah. But I was just super strong, but I'm dense too. But that's what would scare me back then. Cause like I said, about 10 years ago, dang, I
fuck a motherfucker up.
I did a few times. People just want to fuck around, like wrestle with me and fuck around, like like at a party and stuff. Like, oh, wrestler, and fuck around. Next thing you know, I'm like, I have on the and it was fairly easy.
Oh yeah,
I was beating the shit out of grown men. Like we used to do choir tour at church. We'd go places and like we had this big muscle dude, Danny Basham's his name, and he was a big dude. Yeah, he was a big dude. He played Butte College football, middle linebacker. He was a big dude. And back then, so this was so I was probably 16, 15, and he was in his early 20s. And he was a big dude that played middle linebacker at Butte College. And that was the era of Butte College of
Aaron Rodgers.
The era.
Go there.
Yeah, like it's college level, like JUCO. Like those guys go from there to Berkeley to pros. That's Aaron Rodgers, Larry Allen. Their coach is an NFL player.
Yeah,
their coach was a NFL player for a while. Rigsby was there for a while and stuff. But so he was a badass football player. He wanted to wrestle. We wrestled, and he could not do it. I embarrassed him. I felt bad after because this dude, because he couldn't do shit. Yeah, when you know how to wrestle and how to use your leverage and weight and this,
no, there's no way.
I controlled this guy, and it was embarrassing for him. He still, even to this day, when I see him, he'll still bring it up. That's how much it scarred him. And he'll still talk about it. He's like, remember that one time?
Puts his head down and walks by.
But yeah, it was, and that's just because, like I said, it's just from doing it. I was good at that. I was just really good at that. But
there's no way. Like when we would do jujitsu and stuff, like if I had to try to take you down, like my life depended on, I have to do a single or a double leg takedown. I think I would stand about a 0.01% chance to actually take you down. Like,
it's not impossible, but yeah, I get it.
It's not impossible, but you were like we're built differently a little bit.
No, you're lanky.
Lanky as fuck.
And that's hard to deal with too. That's hard to deal with. Yeah.
Lanky. Oh yeah, I could. I mean, most of the time we wouldn't. Like, I think I tapped you maybe once or twice, and you tapped me, a lot of times. But most of our rolling sessions actually would just kind of end in a stalemate in terms of like no one tapped for that round. And it's because when you're lanky, like I could defend pretty well if it's just jiu-jitsu. But as far as like offense, like I would have to slip something on you like tricky. Like I couldn't like overwhelm. I don't think even the strongest people could. Well, when you get tired though,
that's what happens.
Yeah.
You start making mistakes. That's what with me. Like when you get tired, it's like, fuck, it is. That's what jiu-jitsu. That's like why jiu-jitsu matches are boring to watch, because a lot of times it's stalemates, and it's waiting for one guy to make one mistake that you don't even see. It's a shift of a weight. It's something that he fails or does, and all of a sudden it's like, and you're in this fucking move, and then there's a scramble, and then you're in trouble.
And then you're in the go-go plata.
That's what was so that's what I loved about jiu-jitsu also, though. I love jiu-jitsu. I love watching it. People don't, because it's boring, and I totally get it. Like in UFC and on the ground and stuff, I totally get why you don't like it, but I loved it because I'm like, damn, these guys.
It's like a chess
and you're just watching. You're trying to wait for that one move. And they're going, oh wait, there it is. And it's like, and then it's like, it is. It's a chess match. It's chess. It's human chess. I've been finally watching more UFC now. Drew's been into it, so I've been watching fights and stuff, and it's just lost its glow.
Yeah,
it's lost its there's some good fighters.
I honestly liked. I felt like, I know it's MMA technically, it's mixed martial arts, but I did like it back in the day for the martial arts aspect of it, not the I'm a badass motherfucker who's gonna kill you. It was more like, I liked the jiu-jitsu guys. I liked the Muay Thai.
Yeah,
like I like that, those disciplines.
So that's what happened with the sport was, as it's become so popular, now you're getting these guys that are in there that have been studying since they were kids. Instead of Pop Warner or T-ball, they did this. So now you have all of these guys that are at such a high level that it's become boring to watch. It's boring because, like I said, it's a stalemate because these guys are so good at what they do, even though, and they look like you're like, oh, they suck, they don't do nothing. Yeah, the reason why they don't do nothing is because it's like a fucking stalemate. No one wants to make the mistake because at any moment someone's gonna get knocked out or choked out. So it's like these, they'll grab each other, like, so it's just it's evolved to that point where back in the day you'd have a guy that's a jiu-jitsu guy. Yeah,
I love watching, like, Randy Couture is gonna wrestle you and Chuck Liddell is gonna try to just throw haymakers.
Yeah, and like, Chuck Liddell can kind of wrestle. He could wrestle. Chuck Liddell's a good wrestler. He was Kempo karate and wrestling, but he wasn't a Muay Thai like as much, he was a stand-up guy, but he was more of just the wild stand-up guy. Like, he's gonna catch you. He's gonna just throw
with a big left.
Where you have like, Randy Couture, he's gonna ground and pound you. He's that guy.
Yeah, he's gonna.
What he's gonna do. Yeah, he know what he's gonna do. And then and it was back then when guys would like specialize in like one. I mean, like there was their thing. Like BJ Penn, the Prodigy, jiu-jitsu. He was a jiu-jitsu dude. He wasn't a stand-up dude. He's not gonna knock you out. He's gonna get you to the ground. And there was a reason why he called him the Prodigy. The guy was like a black belt jiu-jitsu in like 4 years.
Yeah, he was
a legitimate black belt. Like, it's unheard of. That's why they say he was the Prodigy. And he was, when his his prime fighting, he was a bad motherfucker. He was the dude that would, after the fight, he would lick his glove. Be bloody. He's like a fucking savage, like, damn, Hawaiian. Just one of those Hawaiians, like, those are some just like people that are like, that's some like just tough like just get on a fucking like canoe and just go out into the fucking ocean, like, we're gonna find land. We're going till we find land. Like, you gotta be like, damn.
That's a tough people.
Yeah. And then you find it, and like, this is our new home.
Yeah.
And then everyone has to build Disneyland resorts on it 25, 30 years later. But it's like, but that was back in the day, so it was fun. It was like there were so many.
It was fun when Anderson Silva, all those guys.
Yeah, it was even fun. Back when the dumbass Tito Ortiz, Matt Hughes. There were so many.
Yeah, I haven't heard that name in forever. Matt Hughes.
There were so many guys. Vanderlei Silva, Crow Cop was, but he was he was the one that was always
on the outside.
K1 they're always trying to get. But he was that guy that everyone wanted back in the day to come to the UFC, and finally did. But
at the end, and he got his ass whooped.
He got knocked out by Brennan Schaub. Callback.
Did he? 2 in 1 episode. This guy.
Schaub knocked him out, I think. Head kick. Ironically.
It's been so long since that is ironic, because he used to kick people's heads off.
Yeah, and he got knocked out by one. There was just so many like good fights. Like, it was just what do you call it? Whatever it is, you have a bunch of good bunch of good. Like it was like in sports,
like it's heyday. Like it
was like it was its peak.
I
but it was like
as far as entertaining goes, I'm sure that fighters today are better.
Oh yeah, 100% better. But it was each weight class also. It just wasn't like heavyweights. Like heavyweights had their bruisers.
Remember when Brock Lesnar came in?
Yeah, I don't care. I'm not saying I'm not like a huge. Brock Lesnar is a bad man. This dude, for how big this guy is, and for how athletic this dude is amazing. The things he can do for like, this guy is a monster. And even when he went to WWE, that's why he went to WWE, because he's able to like do flips off the top rope and like do flips off the canopy, throw guys around. Like he was able to do this as the size he was, and then go into UFC and beat the crap out of like crazy martial artists until he ran into Cain Velasquez.
Oh yeah,
who's in jail?
Is he? What's he in jail for?
This is shitty. Dana White paid his bail the first time, but he has sentenced to 5 years.
Ooh,
he's back in, but that's plead down. He
was a champion, right? Wasn't he a heavyweight?
Yeah, he was a heavyweight. So I don't know if it was a family member or his son or his kid. One of his kids was molested by some guy, and he went and found the guy and literally beat the fuck out of this dude. Like I don't remember, I might have killed him. So then how to go to jail.
Oh, I mean,
so
I don't agree with it, but I understand it.
So yeah. So I think he ended up taking a 5-year deal, but I don't know if it's gonna be time served. I don't know if he's been in.
Damn.
But I think Dana White paid his bail, his whatever $1 million bail, but which only comes out to like whatever. It's only like 10%, but still, anyways. But yeah, like he did that fight when Brock Lesnar and them met. Like Brock ran at him, like, because that's what Brock did, and he would just destroy dudes. Brock ran at him, and like Cain Velasquez just went, "Oh, the fuck you don't," and like it's like stopped him and kind of chucked him to the side, like what, like, and it was just like kind of like a wake up like to Brock, like holy shit. And it was a good fight. Brock got some shots. He got some shots, and then eventually, Cain got.
I don't remember that fight. I mean, we used to watch a lot of fights, but
it was fun. I like watching fights. I watch now. It's just you got too many characters now. Since Conor McGregor came in, it kind of did the whole Conor McGregor thing, and just
not really my vibe.
The thing with him is I don't hate the guy because he did exactly what he said he was going to do. He said, "This is what I'm going to do," and basically he talked his way into where he was. Like this is his plan, what he wanted, and did it. There was a period where he was a good fighter, like for like a year and a half. He wasn't a great fighter. He was a good fighter. He beat a couple guys, but then he lost so many fights. But his mouth got him. He was doing what he had to do to get him where he's now. He's a fucking creep. He always has been a creep, but he's a smart creep, I guess. but but that's what I'm saying. He's never really, I think, hid who he was in a way. He always was mouthy. He always was this guy. So it's like, oh, is it a shock that he does these crazy, weird shit? Like this isn't, this is something that, I think's been a pattern in his life. It's just, but it's like, oh, shocker, it's like what's happening now with all this. Like, oh, shocker.
Oh, shocker. The guy who is wielding a chainsaw on ketamine and the orange fucking tyrant are fighting.
Balancing spoons.
Dude. Is that the ketamine? That's got to be it could be like the mushrooms too. Like
could be mushrooms.
I could imagine that.
Yeah, it could be mushrooms.
Or he's on all of them apparently.
Yeah, did he do it as a cocktail or was it just throughout the day?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Huh.
Maybe we'll probably find out.
What? So that's what we're gonna do. What ketamine? What is like? So ketamine is what? It's a.
Let me look it up. Ketamine.
Is that a tranquilizer? Horse tranquilizer?
DEA. It's an anesthetic. So I think it like
horse tranquilizer.
Is that the?
What's that?
I don't know what that is. Is that the one where they're like the zombie drug?
Oh, is that the horse tranquilizer or something like that?
They're like, yeah, they call it the zombie drug because you kind of just stand there slumped over.
So what's
That's
ketamine?
tranq with a Q. So ketamine is, this is according to the DA drug sheet, dissociative anesthetic that has some hallucinogenic effects. It distorts perceptions of sight and sound, makes the user feel disconnected and not in control. So it's an injectable. It can induce a state of sedation, feeling calm and relaxed, immobility, relief from pain, and amnesia.
Can you smoke it?
Can you smoke ketamine? I think so.
Or is it just injectable?
You're gonna get me all fucked up with the search here. Technically, yes, it's not safe or effective though.
It's better than my fucking search history. Tattooed buttholes.
Can you tattoo your butthole? I don't know. Can you smoke ketamine? Would you rather smoke ketamine the rest of your life or get a butthole tattoo?
God, that hurt.
I guess you'd have to do ketamine before you get your butthole tattooed.
I would have to.
So yeah, I guess it's like a bit of I can't imagine he was doing all of them at the same time.
But you can smoke that?
Yeah.
Okay. No, because I've been offered it before, but I've never tried it. I have no urge. I just didn't have an urge. I'm good with what I have and what I,
you could smoke it. There's the Tyler the Creator line. It must be smoking ketamine. Yeah, you can smoke it. Source Tyler the Creator.
It's Tyler.
Yeah.
It's good as new. It's good as good.
Yeah.
But I just never had there's no other. I've pretty much have done everything I want to do, and I'm good with it. And I'm like, I just like my weed.
Yeah, I would potentially do ayahuasca one time, maybe.
Yeah, I just the whole like vomiting and purging.
Yeah, the purge.
Of that, just like I'm definitely. Just not. I don't. Gosh,
could be a deal
hernia. I got a hernia and shit, and like this puking forever just seems like I just don't think it'd be good.
Yeah.
Like I just like that's the part that gets me. Like can I just take a high dose of mushrooms or something?
I
think I'd rather do that. The puking part gets me. The puking part, like that. If it wasn't that, the getting sick and all that, I don't know. I consider it, but that's the part that gets me. I'm like, I just don't like that. I don't like it. I know not like it. So I don't know. That's the only thing that really gets me. But I heard it's a trip. I don't know. I've heard people say they do it, and it's like DMT. When people have done that, it's like they might be out for just a few seconds, and it feels like they've lived a lifetime. That's how long they feel like they've been out.
I can't. I don't know if
I think Ari Shafir has a story about when he did it, and he said, he's like, I had a family, I had like a job, like I had shit, like it was wild.
Yeah, I've heard that story for like 3 months or something.
Yeah, I felt like for a while. That's what he said. He's like, I lived for like a lot, like I lived a life. Like, no, thank you.
What?
Oh, yeah, damn. But
you're out for 8 minutes, dude. Like, whoa, no thanks. I don't know. That's wild.
And that's why I'm like, I just don't like. There's nothing else. Like, what else is there out there that I'd like? I just don't like.
I'm gonna do acid one time. At one point, I'm gonna do that.
It's a fun one.
Yeah,
the right spot, right place. It's a fun one.
Setting. That's a.
Yeah, and then it is. But I also like after doing it, okay, I like my weed. I do. I like my weed. I like mushrooms. Yeah, those are the two that I'm just like.
Yeah, I like mushrooms sometimes. Most of the time.
I've tried other things, and I just like, oh, cool. Just not for me. I'm just like, nah.
Not for you.
No, I mean, some things were fun. Some things I didn't enjoy, like cocaine was. Man, I got a headache.
It doesn't seem like my vibe.
Coke was just I wasn't a fan. I did it twice to make sure. Like, nah.
Definitely
not the first time. Yeah.
Ended up with a butthole tattoo. I don't recommend it.
With a butthole tattoo is so fun. Don't recommend. But no, it's like
1 star. Would not do again.
Yeah, it just wasn't my like. I get why people love it. I get why women like it. Makes you you want to start businesses and start doing all kinds of shit, and you're just like, hey,
start businesses. I run a cleaning business now.
Yeah. So how do you think I ended up with a tattoo shop? It's just fucking random. It's fucking random. No.
Yeah. All right, man. Well,
so
we'll see y'all next time. Catch you on the flip side.
Yep. See what's going to be for round 2 coming up this weekend with the whole Trump Elon saga. See if we got any new tweets or new what are they called? Truths.
Truths. Well, I heard that Musk was banning him from Twitter, but maybe that was fake news.
Oh, he will. That's going to be next. Well, it's going to get crazy. It's going to get crazy. It's going to get weird. This is going to get weird. You're going to turn. I think you're going to turn Elon into like the real Lex Luthor. Like he's going to like deported. He's going to take all his shit and go to like some country that's going to support him. Like he's going to go to like Putin or some bullshit. Someone that's hurting. Someone that needs him. Like, oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I got money. I got power now. Like, fuck you. Like, let's go get him. Like, he's going to turn into the real Lex Luthor. He is. He's going to turn the real Lex Luthor.
I wouldn't doubt it.
What did we do? What did we do?
What have we done? All right. We'll see you next time.
All right. Late.